Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Good evening, everyone. Start out with agenda item 1.1 that the Council of the Town in Kindersley, having established quorum, resolves to call the July 11th, 2022 regular meeting of Council to order at 5 p.m. I need a move by the seconder, Councillor Galbraith, second Councillor Anderson, all in favor, carried. Anybody see anything they want to move from the consent agenda to the regular agenda? I think there's nothing too earth-shattering there, as I recollect. A bunch of minutes and stuff. Agenda item 2.2 that the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves to adopt the agenda for the July 11th, 2022 regular meeting of Council as presented, and that a copy of this agenda be attached to and form part of the minutes of this meeting. Need a mover and a seconder for that. Randy and Warren. All in favor? Okay, conflict of interest. I will declare a conflict of interest on agenda item 7.4 in the regular agenda and 1.5 in the in-camera agenda. Anybody else got any? None. Move on to agenda item 4.1 that the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves, whereas the time being 5:02 p.m. that the regular meeting of Council be adjourned to a confidential in-camera meeting. Mover seconder, please. Randy and Chris. All in favor? Carried. We'll move on To agenda item 5.1, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves, whereas the time being 7:06 p.m., that the confidential in-camera meeting is concluded and the regular meeting of council is resumed. Could I get a mover seconder for that, Chris? Second, Dean. All in favor? Thanks. Agenda item 6.1, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves to approve as presented the minutes from the June 27th, 2022 regular meeting of council, and that these minutes be attached to and form part of the minutes of this meeting. Need a mover and a seconder for that, please. Rob, second. Randy?
Sure.
Rob, where are you? Second, Randy. All in favor? Thank you. On to okay. Agenda item 7.1, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley approve the home-based business application DU number 2202 for discretionary use at the residence of 24 Hahn Crescent, on the condition that it complies with the development standards of home-based businesses pursuant to sections 5A to F of zoning bylaw 0222, on the condition that the applicant obtain a business license from the town prior to operation and every year of operation, and that if any of the conditions outlined above are not met for this proposed home-based business, then the permit may not be approved and or may be revoked. Administration, Kim, are you speaking on this one?
Sure. So we actually have, I'll just speak on behalf of 7.1 and 7.2 at the same time.
Yeah.
So we have two discretionary use applications that were submitted. They're actually for the same property address located at 24 Hahn Crescent. One is for an accounting business and the other one is for a fudge making. So as per zoning bylaw, you are allowed to have up to 2 home-based businesses. All other criteria within both applications does meet the regulations in the zoning bylaw, and we did send out the notice of these discretionary use applications to the 75 meter radius surrounding this property, and we didn't get any feedback. So,
okay. So could I ask for someone, we'll do 7.1 and 7.2 separately, so 7.1, I would have a mover and a seconder for 7.1, Dean, second Gary, all in favor? Thank you. And I'll read 7.2, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley approve the home-based application DU number 2203 for discretionary use at the residence of 24 Hahn Crescent, on the condition that it complies with the development standards of home-based businesses pursuant to section 5A to F of zoning bylaw 0222, on the condition that the applicant obtains a business license from the town prior to operation and every year of operation, and that if any of the conditions outlined above are not met for this proposed home-based business, then the permit may not be approved and or may be revoked. I think Kim has already spoke to it, so if there's any questions, council? If not, could I have a mover? Randy, second. Dean, all in favor? Carried. Agenda item 7.3, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves that in relation to subdivision application T0331-22S in the town of Kindersley, for which the Community Planning Division of the Government of Saskatchewan has requested that the Council of the Town of Kindersley comment on the application, therefore that the Council of the Town of Kindersley is not aware of any land or site conditions that would be incompatible with the intended use of the proposed subdivision, and that the Council of the Town of Kindersley does not have any facilities affected by the proposed development, and that the intended use of the land listed on the application complies with the Town of Kindersley zoning bylaw 0222, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley does require the applicant to provide a municipal reserve land in the sum of 0.0647 hectares. And I would ask, Kim, could you just speak on this, please, if you would?
Sure, so this subdivision application is actually for a parcel tie removal, so it's just removing the parcel tie between two parcels located in the Motherwell Estates area. So a lot of the time, tie will be put on lands just so if one is getting sold or something getting done with it, there's an interest with the other parcel. So what this is doing is removing the tie between these lands so they're separate and alone.
Any questions on that, council? Seeing none, I would ask for a mover and a seconder for the motion to sever. Randy, second Rob. All in favor? Carried. We'll move on to 7.4, and since I declared a conflict of interest, I will turn it over to Deputy Mayor.
Okay, 7.4, that the council of the town of Kindersley accepts the recommendation of procurement adjudication committee and selects CHBB as the successful proponent for auditing services for the town of Kindersley as per the submitted and adjudicated proposal, and that further that the council of the town of Kindersley directs the mayor and chief administrative officer CAO to enter into an agreement with CHBB based on said proposal for the fiscal years 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025. Do you need to expand on that at all, Audrey?
Sure.
Or?
Yeah, so we did an RFP for the auditing services for the town of Kindersley. We got 2 submissions in for that RFP, and based on the credential, which is the cost, qualifications, ability to meet timelines, and references, it was awarded to CHBB.
Need a mover for that? Chris, and a seconder, Gary. All in favor? Carried. I would now like to welcome the mayor back.
Move on to 7.5, that the council of the town of Kindersley resolves to accept the recommendations of the adjudication committee and awards Sunset Memorial and Stone Ltd. as the successful bidder for the construction and installation of the columbarium phase 3 at the Kindersley Cemetery as per the submitted RFP, and that the mayor and CAO are directed to enter into an agreement in the amount of $51,997 plus applicable taxes. CAO Audrey, could you stick on this, please?
So we did an RFP for the phase 3 of the columbarium. So this is a 5-level structure with 100 niches in it. That'll be the final step of the first quarter of that columbarium circle. We had 2 people submit or responded to the RFP. And again, we adjudicated based on, the cost of the design. Is it going to complement the design that we have there? Again, timeline and warranty on the structure and references. And after evaluating that, we have decided to go with Sunset Memorial and Stone Limited at that cost.
Any questions, council? Seeing none, can I have a mover and a seconder for the motion? Chris, second, Randy. All in favor? Thank you. Oops. Okay, agenda item 8.1, that the council of the town of Kindersley resolves to accept as submitted the list of accounts as paid by the town of Kindersley in the amount of $1,043,625.22, and that a copy of said accounts be attached to and form part of the minutes of this meeting. CEO Audrey, did you receive any calls or messages?
I did not.
Anybody see anything on there that you want to ask on? Actually, it sounds like a huge money, but $735,000 was education tax we collected on our taxes. We have to send to the government to send back to us or somewhere.
Yeah, directly.
Sure where. If there's no questions, could I have a mover and a second to pay those bills? Thank you. Dean, second. Rob, all in favor? Carried. Thank you. Okay, agenda item 9.1, that the council of town of Kindersley resolves to approve the consent agenda, which includes following items for acceptance and filing: the Kindersley Policing Report for June of 2022 and the Chamber of Commerce Board meeting minutes for June 23rd, 2022. As I said, there wasn't much in there. So could I just get a mover and a seconder for those? Randy? Gary? All in favor? Okay. This is done. So agenda item 13.1, that the council of town of Kindersley resolves that all business having been concluded, the July 11th, 2022 regular meeting of council adjourns at 7:18 p.m. Mover and seconder, please. Chris and Dean. All in favor?